morning, everybody. We have about 5 minutes before we start today, so you can just grab a comfortable seated position. Nice straight spine, roll the shoulders back, opening the chest, crown of the head up towards the sky. And just take some nice deep breaths, focusing on your inhales. Inhaling completely and deeply, and then matching that exhale to your inhale and duration, making sure you completely exhale. It's always good to remember, if you don't have a complete hour to practice yoga, it's very beneficial just to take 10 minutes out of your day, sit quietly and focus on your breath and turn off all the outside noise. So much of yoga is just about being present, being with yourself. A few minutes before we start, so just grab a comfortable seated position, nice straight spine. Pulling the shoulders back. And remember, this is your practice today, so if something doesn't feel right or it's very uncomfortable, just don't do that asana. And let us know after class so that we can give you some modifications or other options. Take some nice deep breaths. I should be good with sound today. I'm back on Janine's phone. I see some messages popping up, so let me make sure we're good. Oh, okay. Good morning, Rita. Yeah, I feel like I haven't practiced in a while. I practiced while Janine was away, and then she practiced for the next week, so it's good to be back. We have a few minutes before we start, so just clear your mind, forget about everything else we have to do today, and just be present, focusing on our breath, breathing deeply and completely. Just close your eyes. You can have your hands on your knees, palms down or palms up, whichever is more comfortable for you. Make sure your spine is nice and straight and the shoulders back, and crown of the head is up towards the sky. really focus on lengthening your inhales and exhaling completely. Just take a few moments here at the beginning of practice. See the effect the deep inhales and exhales have on our body. And know that if you ever need a break during the day, it's great just to sit down and take a few deep breaths, turning all the outside noise off. And when you're ready, you can bring your hands to heart center, thumbs on sternum, and a light bow to your head. Take a moment to give yourself some gratitude for coming to your mat today. As we enter the new year, making decisions in our life that will make our life what we want it to be. When you're ready, you can rub your hands together and build up some friction in the palms. When those palms get nice and warm, just transfer that heat to your heart center. Let the heat leave your hands and enter your chest. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open, and we're going to start in a standing position today. Up nice and tall, weights evenly distributed in the feet. And the feet are a little wider than hip width apart, maybe shoulder width or a little less. Shoulders are back, crown of the head up towards the sky. And with an exhale, just lower your chin to chest. Just let it hang there for a few moments, a few breaths, relaxing the muscles in the neck. And when you're ready with your next inhale, bring your gaze up towards the sky. No pinching of the neck and the back. Exhale, chin back to chest. And just do one more of those at your own pace. We'll end up with our chin to chest. And with your next inhale, just roll your left ear towards your left shoulder. Exhale, come back to center. And inhale, right ear, right shoulder. Exhale, back to center. And one more time through. And we'll end up with our chin back to chest when you're done. Now this time when we go left, we're going to go all the way around 2 times, making sure not to pinch our neck in the back. And then all the way around 2 times the other way. We'll end up with our chin back to chest when we're done. And with an inhale, bring the crown of your head up towards the sky. Bring some movement to the arms. So with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And exhale, turn the palms out and bring your arms down by your sides. Matching your breath to your movement. And engage your arms almost like you're holding a 1 pound weight. Just tighten up some of those muscles. Make making an intentional movement. And next time your arms are up overhead, you can leave them there. Really reaching up for the sky, extending that spine. We're going to interlock our hands to elbows and frame our head. And then with an exhale, just lean right. Elongating that left side. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, lean left. Inhale, back up to center, and one more time through. When you come up back to center, send those arms straight up to the sky again. And with an exhale, turn your palms out and bring your hands down by your sides. Now we're going to open the arms out to the side. So with an inhale, open your arms out to the side. Pull those shoulder blades together. And with an exhale, give yourself a big hug. And pay attention to which arm's on top and which is on bottom, and switch that each time. Once again, matching your breath to your movement. Next time your arms are open out to the side, you can leave them there. Turn your palms up towards the sky. And with an inhale, bring the fingertips to shoulder. Exhale, extend. And next time your fingertips are on your shoulder, you can leave them there. And we're going to make big circles with our elbows. So rotating those shoulders. And you can change directions. Come to stillness. And extend the arms out in front of you, palms to ground. And just make a real tight fist and release. Really engage your fingers, warming up the hands. Bring movement to all the joints in your fingers. And when you have a fist, you can leave it there. And without moving your arms, let's make some circles with our wrist. And change directions. Come to stillness, open your hands, and with an exhale, just point your fingers towards the ground. Once again, not moving the arms. Inhale, fingers up towards ceiling. And you can come to stillness. Have the hands parallel to the ground and just bend the elbows so the hands are chest height, and gently twist from side to side. You can come to stillness and exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Now you want to have your feet about hip width apart here. We're going to place our hands on our hips, and we're going to ring those imaginary bells with our hips. Nice big circles. You can exaggerate the movement a little bit. And change directions. Come to stillness. We're going to place a bend in our knees, and place your hands just above your knees and just make some circles with the legs, waking up the ankles and knees. Change directions. come to stillness. Now we're just going to lift that right foot without moving the leg, make some circles with the ankle. Change directions. And we'll switch feet. Change directions. And you can place that foot down. Now we've warmed up, just take a inventory of your body, how you feel in mountain pose. Nice deep breaths. You can blink your eyes open. And we're just going to work on a few forward folds. So up nice and tall, the front of your mat. And with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And with an exhale, we're going to swan dive forward with a flat back. If you have a lot of tension in your hamstrings, you can bend the knees and release that tension. Just let the torso hang. You can interlock your hands to elbows and just bring some gentle movement to the spine, swaying back and forth. You can come to stillness and exhale, release the arms. Put a micro bend in the knees, and with an inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up, and exhale, release the arms. We'll do one more of those. So big inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. We're going to do a halfway lift. So with an inhale, place your hands on your thighs and come up to a nice flat back. Engage your belly, don't let it be passive there. Shoulders are back, pushing the hips back and neck and head forward. And you can look forward just a little bit if you like, just make sure you don't pinch your neck. Nice deep breaths. And when you're ready with an exhale, forward fold. Put a micro bend in the knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release your arms. We're going to start our sun salutations now. The first one we'll do slow to kind of work through the down dog and just loosen the body up. So up nice and tall at the front of your mat. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. We'll stay here for a few breaths. And when you're ready with an exhale, we're going to bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. This is the first down dog of the day, so you can pedal your feet. Maybe come up real high on the tiptoes. Exhale, sink those heels down to the mat. Just bringing any kind of movement to the ankles or knees that feels comfortable. Pushing that chest towards your knees. With your next inhale, we're going to come forward to plank. And we'll stay here for a little bit. Make sure you check in with your hips, that they're not up high. We want to keep that in a straight line from the heels all the way to the back of the head. Engaging your core and building strength. And continue to breathe. Never hold your breath. When you're ready with an exhale, lower all the way down. Place the tops of your feet on the mat and inhale up the head and chest for Cobra. Nice deep breaths here. Relax your glutes. We have a tendency to want to tighten our glutes here, and that'll put a little pressure on your lower back. With an exhale, lower your head and chest. Roll your toes and inhale back to down dog. Look between your hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And we're going to do 2 more of those. Big inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to down dog. With an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down under control. Tops of the feet on the mat and head and chest up for Cobra. Exhale, lower the head and chest. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And 1 more time through. Big inhale up. Swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands and step back to down dog. Inhale forward to plank. Stay here for a moment. When we go down to Cobra today, if you want, maybe see if you can come up a little higher with your Cobra today. Listen to your body. So when we're ready, we're going to exhale down under control. Tops of the feet on the mat. And inhale up for Cobra. Push those tops of the feet into the mat. Hips are into the mat. Relax the glutes. Exhale, lower down. Roll the toes. Inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms. And just take a quick mountain pose or Tadasana. Checking in with your body. That sequence from down dog to plank to Cobra, we're going to incorporate that into practice a little bit today. It's called a chaturanga, is when you go to plank and come down. So that's what I'll call it when we get to that point in practice. So we're going to work on a little bit of shoulder strength today in some of the rest of the practice. So we're going to go back to down dog and then go to our hands and knees from there. Up nice and tall. Big inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and we're going to stay here for a little bit. Check in that back is nice and flat. The shoulder blades are pulled back. Engage the abdomen. Nice deep breaths here. ready with an exhale, we're going to go back to down dog. So bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Trying to have that inverted V look so the hips are high. We're pushing the chest towards the knees and thighs and keeping the head in line with your back. We don't want the head reaching forward. If your heels don't hit, it's okay. And when you're ready with an exhale, you can come down to your hands and knees, tops of the feet on the mat, a nice flat back, wrist, elbows, and shoulders in line. And we're going to work through some cat-cows here. So with an inhale, we drop that belly, hips and head up. Exhale, cat, arch the back, roll the pelvis forward and chin the chest. And once again, just do these at your own pace. It's a very simple movement, so you can close your eyes and just become one with your breath and your movement. Always inhaling on cow and exhaling on cat. After your next cat, you can come to a nice neutral spine, nice flat back. And with an inhale, we're going to send our right leg straight back. And today we're going to point our toes. So you can point those toes towards the wall behind you. And then if you're comfortable there, you can extend that left arm, thumb the ceiling, work on balance and a little bit of strength. No movement here. When you're ready with an exhale, you can bring that left hand and right knee down. And we're going to go right to the other side. So inhale that left leg up, point those toes behind you. And then extend that right arm, thumb the ceiling. Nice deep breaths. When you're ready with an exhale, bring that right hand and left knee down. And we're just going to take a quick child's pose. So put your knees about mat width apart, touch your big toes together. Sink your hips down to your heels and extend the arms out. Nice deep breaths here. When you're ready with an inhale, come back up to your hands and knees. Bring your knees back to mat width apart. And we're going to keep our hips high and we're going to do puppy pose here. So we're going to keep the hips right where they are and just extend the arms out and bring our forearms down to the mat and our forehead down to the mat. If you're comfortable with your forehead on the mat, maybe you can put your chin on the mat. And you'll feel that change a little bit between your shoulder blades, opening the shoulders up. And with an inhale, push yourself back up to hands and knees. And then we're going to come nice and high on our knees. And if you're sideways on your mat, we're going to put our left knee at the front of the side here, and our right foot's going to be in line with that, so it'll be at the front of the mat, down on the side. Up nice and tall. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold over that right leg. Really elongating that left side. Keeping those shoulders flat against an imaginary wall, and there's no pressure on the right leg. Just the hands laying there. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, bring that left hand down the mat and right arm way up overhead. You can stay here, or if you want to engage your core, you can lift that left arm up. Nice deep breaths. With an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale the hands to heart center, and we're going to switch sides. Inhale, both arms up overhead, and exhale, fold over that left leg. If you ever get a cramp in this left glute or right glute, just come out of it, take a breather, and go back into it. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand down on mat, left arm overhead. Nice deep breaths. If you want to engage the core, lift that right arm. Continue breathing. And with an inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. And bring that leg back in. And we're going to come back to our hands and knees. And we're going to go back to down dog here. So with an inhale, roll the toes, push the hips back. And we're going to add a chaturanga here. So when you're ready, with an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale down. Inhale up for cobra. Exhale down. Roll the toes. Inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walker step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release the arms and take a quick mountain pose or Tadasana. You can blink your eyes open. And as we start to add these chaturangas, if it becomes a lot on your shoulders and you need a bit of a break, you can either not do the one and stay in down dog or child's pose, or when we go to plank, you can always come to your knees. It'll give you a little bit of a break on the shoulders. So here we go. We're going to do a warrior one sequence, and we're going to get there through down dog. And we're going to add a chaturanga before we start, and then we'll add some in the middle. So here we go. Take a big inhale before we start. Big exhale. And here we go. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, and step back to down dog. We're going to add a chaturanga here, so with an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, down under control. Inhale, up, head and chest for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Now we're going to go to warrior one from here. So with an inhale, we're going to lift our left leg up nice and high. Come up onto our right tiptoes. Put that arch in our back like we do with cat. And with an exhale, put that left foot between your hands. And if it doesn't get there on the first try, just walk it the rest of the way. We're going to put our right foot in warrior one foot position. So maybe move it in a little and make sure it's completely grounded. When you feel comfortable there, inhale up for warrior one. Now that we're here, just check in with your body that you're in the right position. There's a bend in this left knee. Right foot is grounded and the toes are pointing towards the outside edge of your mat, or the right corner, I'm sorry. Arms are up, shoulders back, and both hips are facing forward. Nice deep breaths here. We're going to bring some movement to this. So with an inhale, bring your arms up nice and high. Exhale, long and slow, bring the arms down and out front. Inhale to heart center and back overhead. And you can do 2 more of those, all at your own pace. And we'll end up back in warrior one. With an exhale, bring your hands to heart center. And we're going to go to high crescent lunge from here. So we're going to turn our right foot so we're on the ball of the right foot and the right toes. Maybe be able to slide that leg back a little further. Nice bend in this left knee. And when you're ready with an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Nice deep breaths. And we're going to go from here to low crescent lunge. So with an exhale, place both hands down around this left foot. And we're going to lower that right knee down to the mat, and the top of the right foot's on the mat. Place both hands on this left knee and kind of pulse your hips forward, and you might feel something in this right thigh. And when you feel something you're comfortable with, stay there. Inhale the arms up for low lunge. Nice deep breaths. If you're comfortable with a straight spine, maybe you can exhale and gently start to open your chest up towards the sky. Nice deep breaths. Breathing. And from here we're going to go to half monkey. So with an exhale, both hands go around the left foot. Inhale, straighten that left leg and send the toes of the left foot up to the sky. Your torso can come nice and high here. Big inhale, exhale, forward fold. Bringing your chest towards your left knee. Nice deep breaths. With an inhale, we're going to go back to low lunge. So bend that left knee. And we're going to go back to down dog from here. So roll the right toes and lift the right knee. And then send that left foot back to down dog. We're going to add a chaturanga here. So with an inhale, come forward to plank. Engage that core. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Now we're going to going to do the other side. So inhale that right leg up. Come onto the left tiptoes and arch the back. Exhale. Put that right foot between your hands. Now move that left foot into warrior one foot position. Once you're there and comfortable, inhale up for warrior one. And once you're here, make sure you're in position. That left foot is grounded. There's a bend in the right knee. Both hips are forward. And we're going to bring that movement to this side. So inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down. Hands touch. Inhale, heart center and overhead. And do two more at your own pace. And we'll all meet back in warrior one. We're going to go to high crescent lunge with an exhale, hands to heart center. Turn that left foot so it's on the ball of the foot and the toes. And maybe you can send it back a little further. When you're comfortable, engage the arms for crescent lunge. Nice deep breaths, pulling those shoulder blades back. Go to low crescent lunge from here. So with an exhale, both hands come around the right foot. Lower that left knee and put the top of the left foot on the mat. Place both hands on the right knee and pulse those hips forward. When you find something you're comfortable with, engage the arms. If you're comfortable with a straight spine, you want to try adding on. Exhale and open that chest up to the sky. With an exhale, put both hands around the right foot, and we're going to push back to half monkey. Straighten that right leg, right toes come up to sky. Torso's nice and high with an inhale, exhale, forward fold. Nice deep breaths here. When you're ready with an inhale, we're going to bend that right knee. Roll the left toes and lift that left knee. And we're going to go back to down dog. And one more chaturanga. So with an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale up the head and chest for cobra. Exhale, lower down. Roll the toes and inhale back to down dog. Look between the hands and walk or step to a forward fold. Micro bend the knees and big inhale up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the arms. And just take a well-deserved Tadasana. blink your eyes open. If your heart's racing a little bit or you feel a little warmer, adding those chaturangas, it doesn't seem like a lot, but they build heat and they use a lot of cardio because you're using a lot of muscles. So good job, I hope you enjoyed that. I haven't taught that way in a little while, so it's nice to add something a little different for the new year. So for balance today, you might want to have a wall or chair nearby. We're going to try a dancer pose. What's really important is we're going to be holding one leg up and reaching forward with the other leg. And what we want to be like when we're in this position, I'll show you what it looks like. If I can get it, here we go. We're going to pull ourselves apart. So we don't want to lean forward. We want to keep the torso pretty straight going forward just a little bit, but stretching, pull that back leg up and reach that front arm forward. So you do want to have your focus point. Something up higher on the wall is better. And then we'll start with the right leg. So we're going to transfer our weight to the left foot and then bring this right foot into your hand. It's better if you can grab the foot itself as opposed to the ankle. And when you're comfortable there, reach that left arm out in front of you. And we're going to pull, kind of pushing into your right hand with your right foot and pulling that leg up. Nice deep breaths here. If you step out of it, just step right out of it and you can come back to it. And when you're ready, we'll release that foot, shake out the left leg, and we'll do the other side. So I'll do it from this way. We're going to pull that left foot up into our hand. And this is where it's nice if you have a chair, if you don't want to do the right hand part. But if you're comfortable, extend that right arm, push that left foot into the left hand, and you'll see that knee comes up. Nice deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can step out of it and just take a quick Tadasana. Blink your eyes open. We're going to do one more lower leg asana, and we're going to have our left toes in front, facing the front of our mat. Chest and hips are facing forward. And then step your right foot back as far as you can comfortably do it, where both feet are still grounded completely and both legs are straight. We don't want to bend in either knee. So we're up nice and tall. With an inhale, bring your arms out at chest height. And then with an exhale, we're going to reach forward as far as we can. And when we hit the end of the line, then bring those fingertips down to the ground. This is pretty intense on the left calf. Don't put any pressure on this left leg with your hands. If they don't reach the ground like that, that's okay. You can always move that back foot in a little more and try to get them to touch, or have some books that you can use, or just leave them hang. But this is a pretty intense stretch on this left calf. Nice deep breaths. And with an inhale, we're going to come out of it the way we got into it. So we'll inhale, the arms are out and in front of us. And then bring that back, hands to heart center. Step your right leg forward. Left leg's going to go back. Both sets of toes are facing the front of your mat and both legs are straight. Inhale the arms out in front of you. Exhale, reach forward. When you stop going forward, rotate down. I find once you get down too, it's a little easier to rotate that back foot so the toes are a little more forward. Nice deep breaths here. And we're going to come out of this the same way we came into it. Arms are out in front. And then bring the hands back to heart center and step forward. Just take a real quick Tadasana. Take some nice deep breaths here, pulling those shoulders back. And we're going to come to a seated position. We'll get there through squat, so you want to put your feet about mat width apart, toes pointing out just a little, hands at heart center, and with an exhale, just squat down. Trying to keep the spine nice and straight. Make sure your heels are still on the mat. And when you're ready, you can place your hands down on the mat and come to a comfortable seated position. Up nice and tall, we're going to do a seated twist. So the spine is very tall, crown of the head up towards the sky. And with an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. And with an exhale, place your left hand on right knee and right hand behind back. The spine is straight and we're twisting from the ribs. Nice deep breaths here. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. No pressure on the neck. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And then with an exhale, forward fold. Don't reach your head for the ground, just bring that chest as close to the ground as you can get it while keeping a straight spine. With an inhale, bring both arms way up overhead. We're going to interlock our fingers for the Charlie's Angels fingers, so the thumb's going back, the pointer's going up, and we're just going to make some circles with our upper spine. And change directions. Come to stillness, and with an exhale, release your arms down by the side. Place both hands on your knees, and now we're going to make big circles with the entire spine, using that lower back. And you can change directions. And you can come to stillness. Up nice and tall, we're going to do one more seated twist. So with an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. Exhale, left hand, right knee, right hand behind back. Just breathe nice and deeply here. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, right hand, left knee, left hand behind back, twisting from the ribs. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. With an inhale, bring both arms up overhead. And exhale, release your arms down by your sides. We're going to come to a laying position. Nice and flat on the mat. Legs are extended, your arms down by your sides. And do a little bit of core work here. So with an inhale, lift that right leg about 12 inches and point your toes. And just make some big circles with that right leg. Engage your hip. And change directions. You can come to stillness. And exhale, lower that right leg. Inhale, bring that left leg up. Make some big circles with the left leg. Change directions. Come to stillness and exhale, lower that left leg down. Now with an inhale, we're going to pull both knees to chest and gently rock side to side. You can come to stillness and place your feet down on the mat as close to your hips as you can get them. Have the feet a little wider than the hips. We're going to do bridge pose. Have your knees pointing in just a little bit, but not touching. And then with an inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Make sure there's no pressure on your neck. It's only on your shoulder blades. And you can always roll your shoulders under and maybe get up a little higher. You can always come up onto your tiptoes. Push those hips up. Nice deep breaths. With your next exhale, you can lower your hips down to the mat. And we're just going to do a few windshield wipers. So with an exhale, let your legs fall off to the left. Inhale back to center, and exhale, let them fall off to the right. And just do these at your own pace. Always exhaling to the sides, and inhaling back to center. Next time you go right and then come back to center, just stay there in center. With an inhale, pull both knees to chest. Gently rock side to side, massaging your lower back on the mat. And we're going to come to stillness and do a happy baby. So if you reach between your feet, legs and grab your feet, send the soles of your feet up to the sky with a big bend in your knees. And if you can't grab your feet, you can always grab your ankles or calves, as long as your knees are bent and your soles of your feet are up towards the ceiling. And you keep that lower back in contact with the ground. Nice deep breaths. You can come to stillness. I'm going to release the feet and bring them as close to your hips as you can get them, and then turn them so the soles of your feet are touching for reclined bound angel. Nice bend in the knees. And just the weight of your leg and gravity are holding them in this butterfly position. Your hands can be down by your sides or on your belly. There's no movement here. Just focus on your breath and relaxing. We're going to get ready for Shavasana. If you want to stay in this position, you can. Or if you'd like to take a traditional Shavasana, use your legs or hands to push your knees together, and then just extend your legs out flat along the mat. Have your feet about mat width apart, your toes falling off to the outside edge of your mat, and your hands down by your side. You have to have your hands about 12 to 18 inches off of your hips. And just start to check in with your body. Release any tension in your face. Maybe take your tongue off the roof of your mouth or put a slight space between your lips. Maybe put a little smile on your face to lighten the expression. With your next exhale, relax any tension in your shoulders. With your next inhale, tighten up all the muscles in your arms and make a real tight fist. And with an exhale, let go of all that tension. And just let your arms relax and melt into your mat. With your next inhale, let it fill your belly and chest. And with the exhale, let all the tension in your torso and back just melt into the mat below you. With your next inhale, tighten up all the muscles in your legs, almost like you're lifting them, but don't lift them. And then with the exhale, let go of all that tension and completely relax your legs. And with your next inhale, focus on your hips and send that inhale to your hips. And with the exhale, completely relax your hips and glutes. And for the remainder of Shavasana, just inhale as deeply and completely as you can. And with the exhale, relax your body and clear your mind. Slowly bring awareness back to your body. Maybe wiggle your fingers and toes or roll your wrists and ankles. Or maybe rock your head from side to side. And when you're ready with your eyes closed, roll onto your left or right side. Shavasana is corpse pose. It's symbolic of leaving behind what we'd like to leave behind in practice and starting our day and life from this point forward. When you're ready with your eyes closed, push yourself up into a comfortable seated position with Anjali Mudra hands or prayer hands, thumbs on sternum, and a light bow to your head. As we start the new year, yoga is a great way to keep us focused and centered, to bring some calm to our life, also help us to become the best version of ourselves we can be. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. And thanks for being here today, everybody. If you have any questions or feedback, please let us know. If you watch one of these online classes, it'd be great if you let us know you were there, just so we know that you're taking advantage of it. And if you have any other questions, make sure you keep us posted, or problems with any asanas, and we can always give you options. But thanks so much. Looking forward to a wonderful 2021. Namaste.